Hi guys, Cleo from Games Are for Fight here, and I wanted to do a little video to put in my 2 cents to this whole #1 reason why hashtag that's been going around the Twitterverse. So if you haven't heard of it, basically the whole thing behind the #1 reason why is it's supposed to be a hashtag that invites women who are involved in games, in video games, either they work at a company that makes video games, or maybe they're just, video game reviewers or whatever. It invites them to give a reason on their Twitter why they think there aren't more girls involved. There's been a lot of really great insight from a lot of very important people in the gaming world who just happen to be female. And I decided to put in my own 2 cents. I said my #1 reason why is because the onus of having to prove that we really love video games is too much for many to bear. I guess I could have worded it a little less ambiguously, but I was kind of stressed because it was the Twitter blah blah blah. Nonetheless, I think my point is still solid. However, as some of the acidic replies I got prove, obviously a lot of people didn't understand what that point was. So allow me to attempt to put it in a nutshell. Take something that you really love. It doesn't even have to be a major part of your life, but just the fact that you really care about it. Now, I have some random people who don't know you, who knew nothing about you, just attack you for what you like and say that you've made it up because you want to be cool, or, you don't really know anything. You have to do this, 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 and this before you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. Now imagine that is all over the internet. Imagine you go into a store selling products aimed at whatever you like, and you have people come up to you and say, "Oh, are you getting that for someone else? Because you couldn't possibly like that because you are female, male, white, Asian, Mexican, gay, straight, whatever. The point is that you will have people come out of nowhere and basically accuse you of lying. Don't know why they care. Don't know why they would think you would lie about something like that. Saying you like video games isn't like saying, yeah, I'm a millionaire and I own a mansion. It's like, why would someone lie about liking games? And yet, nonetheless, I personally, and many other girls who I've talked to, constantly have to deal with this. Basically, it's very frustrating to have to literally prove that you're a gamer because you have tits. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, why should you have to prove it anyway? Well, because first of all, nobody likes getting called a liar. And second of all, it might be very important to what you're doing. For instance, I have a gaming channel where I play games, I review games, I let's play games, I make music videos of games. Everything on this channel is related to video games. So when someone tells me, oh, you're not a real gamer, you just made up all this crap, it really affects my channel. It really affects me, and it affects my channel, because it's like going onto a cooking show and saying, why are you doing a cooking show? You couldn't boil water. It really does affect the output. It affects what goes into my channel. I don't get paid for any of this. In fact, I spend quite a lot of money on my channel. And basically the only reason I do it, and I'm sorry I keep saying basically, but the only reason I do it is because I like having dialogues with people. I like to entertain people with my Let's Plays. I like to give what I consider an unvarnished game review because I'm not bought out by a company. I'm not, paid to say nice things about games. All of that is because I love video games. The fact that I'm a girl has nothing to do with the fact that I wanted to start a channel like this. And I know a lot of the comments I get on the channel are basically just trolls who would just look for something bad to say anyway. And I really don't let that kind of stuff affect me anymore. But it does affect me when people honestly seem to think that people like me, girls or whatever, are lying about what we like because we want to be popular, I guess. Although, like I said, saying that you like video games isn't really going to make you popular, so that's very strange. Anyhow, so that was my point. And I wasn't even thinking about the #1 reason why after I posted that, except that I was catching up on The Guild today, the web series. If you don't know it, you must live under a rock. And in season 6, there is a video that has iJustine in it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of random. I didn't think she acted. But I was curious about how that came to be, so I looked up iJustine, The Guild. And the very first link I was led to was on Geek and Sundry, which, from my understanding, is a Felicia Day related website thing, whatever. And so the article says, iJustine guest stars as the Guild, Season 6 rolls along. The Guild has always had a knack for featuring nerdy cameos of many different varieties. Previous guests, blah blah blah. Now a YouTube star can add the eminently successful web series to her acting credits. YouTube celeb and girl gamer iJustine makes a brief cameo in the 6th episode, blah 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 blah. If you've ever seen The Guild, you'll know that it was written, produced, and is starred in by Felicia Day, who is female and is a gamer. Also, half the cast is made of girls who play video games. And you know what? Very rarely in the show do they even mention the fact that they're girls, and actually they tend to lampshade it quite a bit, especially in Season 5. They do a great job of it. So it blows my mind that whoever wrote this article thought that they had to put girl gamer before iJustine, like, oh, hey, you totally want to watch this episode because there's a girl in it who plays games? Oh my god. It's so... okay, again, to go back to, like, the cooking show metaphor, it's like they're like, oh, and this week we're starring YouTube celebrity and food eater, whatever. It's like, why are you adding that unnecessary qualification in there? It doesn't make any sense to me that they mentioned that something like that. And it's that whole, this is kind of a spin-off issue beyond the one reason why thing, but this is one of the main reasons why sexism is still so very prevalent in gaming and in the gaming culture, especially in the gaming culture. Because a big deal is continued to make out of it when there's really nothing there to make a big deal out of. People, guys, love to critique girls who are involved in gaming and automatically, you know, say that they're just bidding for attention and kind of stuff like that. But a lot of times, the girls involved in gaming don't ask for that kind of attention. It's sites like these and people like you leaving comments like that make a big deal out of it. If you want girls who play games to stop being a big deal, which by the way, it's not, stop making it a big deal. It's really simple as that. Anyway, hopefully I haven't ranted your ears off, and you should leave a comment and tell me what your own thoughts are on this whole pervading sexism in the gaming culture and why it just won't go away. Of course, this is still the age where we're debating gay rights too, so obviously we're not that advanced in our moral standing, but that's a whole other issue that we'll get into some other time. Cleo signing off. I'm gonna go play some more Dishonored, because I'm a girl gamer. Ah!